drip irrigation system in it. It's got a nutrient metering device already built into it. It's a turnkey system ready for us to walk in and put to work. So.
Oh, how cool is that to start the program with? Were you thinking they parked the truck and maybe we're going to give you an instruction manual to put it together? It sounds like.
I had a little fear of that, yeah.
You take it from here.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's all together now.
It's ready to go. This old fat guy didn't want to fight this heat and try to put that thing up.
I need to get out and get some pictures of that, and I'm sure Jerry Hunt will post some as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what are the possible jobs available? We've gone through the program as a student, and we've gotten that degree. What are some possible jobs available for the graduate there in agribusiness program?
Well, it depends on the kid's interest.
Okay.
From the previous program that we did, I've got a young lady that's a manager for Tractor Supply. I got a young man that's managing a commercial vineyard in the Danville area. One lady is managing a 400-cow dairy. One little girl sort of deviated out of the agriculture industry, but she's managing a post office in Bassett. She gained the basic business experience, and she's morphed that into a postal service worker. She's real happy. Got a young guy that's a crop insurance appraiser. Another young man, he went back to his family farm, and they have got an 800-cow dairy.
Wow.
They milk cows. I think they milk 800 cows 3 times a day, 24 hours a day. They just got a big plate cooler that they cool the milk in and pump it straight into a tanker truck, and that tanker truck is pulled out every 20 hours. So that's a pretty good sized dairy out there.
Yeah, I would say.
Got one young man that's a city park maintenance supervisor. Another young fella that left our program, and he is now a food service inspector for a large commercial food service entity out in the Midwest. Another young lady that's manages commercial woodworking establishment. We've got GAP. I don't know whether you're familiar with GAP, but it's called Good Agricultural Practices. There's an opportunity for our graduates to become GAP inspectors. And most any of the commercial farms now that ship food or products to chain stores have to be GAP certified.
Okay.
So for these kids to become GAP inspectors, meat inspectors, pesticide advisors, equipment sales. Got one gentleman, the young man that's working with an ag lender, and he's positioned himself to move up in that company to be an ag lender or farm service operator. Farm managers, just a wide array of opportunities for these kids, and it can be tailored to their interests.
I'm impressed to just hear you talk about that, because there are many roads they can take after they get this education there at RCC. Just dozens of possibilities, opportunities.
It is. I know I met with Dr. Scott with Rockingham Schools, I guess it's a couple of years ago. And that was his question to me. He says, what are we offering these kids other than just going back to the farm? And I said, whatever their imagination will lend them to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
There's so many jobs available. If you go to ag jobs right now, I think there's about 12,500 ag jobs listed on that, and that's a static number. There's always jobs available in ag jobs. May not be right here in Rockingham County, but there's plenty of them close by.
Yeah. Well, we can get that education right here in Rockingham County to move us into that area for sure. I over the years, and we all know the farming life has changed, and it's really not down on the farm anymore when you're talking about agribusiness and all of the many opportunities. So I'm excited, and I know you are too. I know it's. I feel like it's in your DNA, John, and you're bringing this passion there to Rockingham Community College. I'm just so excited you're there, and this program is launching.
We feel really good about it, and I think we've got the support of the college administration to carry it forward. And I look forward to providing these opportunities for these young folks, and not just young folks. We've got some. In the past, I've had folks that wanted to come back, 8, 10, 12 years after they finished their academic efforts. So they'll come back and get an idea of something else. We had a viticulture program at Patrick Henry, and had a lot of folks that came back and wanted to pick up some knowledge about growing grapes and things of that type. So, we've got that opportunity here too. So, vineyards in the county, and so.
Yeah, let's talk about viticulture a moment, because that's something you're involved in right now with a number of acres there up in Patrick County. You're in a beautiful county up there. I've been to a lot of bluegrass events up in Patrick County, but Rockingham County. You're mentioning that too, because there, it seems we're hearing more and more about vineyards.
Vineyards are a growing enterprise. I don't have the exact numbers here in front of me, but when we first started talking about putting grapes in at home, Chateau Morissette was a established winery in our area, and they needed more grapes. So we actually visited with them, and they picked out the varieties that we planted. And there's a lot of that going on now. There's a greater need for more grapes. We've basically had a crop failure at home this year because of frost, but that's just only the second time in the 21 years that we've been growing grapes that we've had a crop failure due to weather. So it's much more stable than some of the apples and peaches that we used to grow. They were affected by frost much more often than what we've done.
Yeah, well, we had an orchard here. I have an orchard here in Rockingham County. Wiped out the peaches last year, but I mean they can't pick them fast enough this year.
That's right. I've talked to a couple of guys there in Patrick this week about their peaches, and they said that the demand was just overwhelming. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that we haven't talked about here, but in the retail produce market that I operate, since this COVID came in, our traffic and sales at the little retail market are probably up about 55 to 60%.
That much, yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, it's worked me to death trying to keep product there, but that's okay. I don't mind doing it. But it's brought a realization to the public about where their food comes from, mm-hmm. and the potential factors that can affect that. So, we've tried to concentrate as much as we can on locally grown stuff, and it's been good for us. But the guys, I'm pulling cantaloupes and watermelons from a family down in Halifax County, Virginia, and they can't keep their product harvested fast enough. They're growing about 400 acres of produce, and I sent a truck down there yesterday, and he had to wait for about 2 hours just to get loaded. And it wasn't that the man didn't know what I needed. There were just that many people there looking for products. So, it's the food industry. We all got to eat, and it's got to come from somewhere. And that's another component of this ag business thing is the supply line stuff. Mm-hmm. Got to keep the product there and keep it moving. And you want it to be a clean, fresh product that's desired by the eating public. So we want to do that.
Well, I think you're right too. I think we all are maybe in these days getting a better appreciation of the things that we kind of take for granted, whether it's the produce or milk and eggs and all of those things. So I'm just excited about the Agribusiness program at Rockingham Community College, and I'm glad we got to get a little bit better acquainted here, John. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I've enjoyed the opportunity, and I hope we've been able to do what you wanted to do today. I'm very positive about the direction that we're going, and want to make sure that this is a good, viable program for the folks in Rockingham County.
Well, it sounds like you're making it happen. It's all coming together, and I'm going to try to get down and see you soon and check it out myself.
We'd love to have you anytime. Just let me know, so I'll be sure to be here. I spend a lot of time out doing things that are required for the program, but I'll meet you anytime you want to come visit.
I will. Our people will be in touch with your people.
That'll work.
All right. John, thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you. I'm excited with you.
Thank you. We appreciate the opportunity.
All right. Take care. Have a good week.
You too. Bye-bye.
John Ayers is faculty program lead for the new Agribusiness program at Rockingham Community College. It's great to have that addition there at RCC. You can get more information at rockinghamcc.edu.